Hi guys, today we're going to react to a live performance of Epilogue by Lovebites.
If you have never cried, your eyes can be so beautiful. If you have never been hurt, you can't feel the pain of others. I will believe myself, will never be alone. You will believe yourself. We are the only ones. If you have never failed, you can't be happy for success. If you have never loved, you can't fear the love from others. I will believe myself, will never be alone. You will believe yourself. We are the only ones.
It's a beautiful ballad from Lovebites. We don't do too many of those, and we should, I think. Knowing what they are capable of musically, listening to them play a slower song is there's something. I think there's something extra in it, for me at least. And Asami's performance feels really vulnerable. I really love it.
Yeah, Asami seems like very heartfelt
Yeah.
in her delivery, and I assume she wrote the lyrics to this. I'm not 100% sure about that. There was something that surprised me in the beginning because I heard the guitar, that sort of acoustic guitar come in at the beginning.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I was sure it was going to be Miyako, and then it's Midori.
It's
And I was
Midori,
like, oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, because of the piano. Yeah.
and for a fair few seconds there at the beginning, I thought it might just be Midori and Asami performing this. You know,
Okay.
it was like it felt like really, really stripped down, and it took a while for anyone else to come in. You know, until sort of Miyako joined, and then Miho, I could see her there, and it just surprised me. We don't know the song; this is our first reaction to it. So the whole time I thought, with Lovebites, they usually, if we've done ballads from them, it's usually kind of like power ballads, or at least they have points in the song where they show a little bit of power. And here we are almost 3 minutes in, and so far it's just a stripped down, beautiful ballad. I'm loving it. This is fantastic, and it feels new for us.
Yeah,
because we haven't seen them do this before for such a long time in a song, I guess. I mean, you know, they still might kick it up a notch. Because this song is like
that's
8
very
minutes
long.
long.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
And I'm wondering, you know, when and if, you know, Aruna's going to come into it, because so far she's been sort of quiet. But yeah, just gorgeous song.
Yeah,
and because it's also so slow and stripped back, Asami is clearer in her enunciation.
Yeah, the structure of the song allows a very strong emphasis on the delivery of the lyrics.
A lot of the sort of heavy metal ballads, you know, from the 60s, 70s, 80s do have that kind of sound to them where they stay, you know, on that sort of low, heartfelt, beautiful pace. And I think this just might be one of them, but let's find out. Let's hear it all the way to the end.
Imagine if this was the first song of Lovebites we've ever heard. Our minds would have been blown at listening to other songs. Well, they changed gears and yet they kept the beautiful balladic vibe throughout. You can say that they changed gears fairly heavily. They went into it easy, but we got a taste of Lovebites in that second section here. Beautiful, beautiful song and beautiful performance.
It was almost like they were listening to us.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, we just said it. And then it's like, yep, in your face.
Yeah. They were like, you think it's just a ballad.
Yeah.
You ready, Haruna? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Then she kicked in. Miyako here is just doing her thing, channeling Gary Moore.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That bluesy sound. She was getting like a bluesy sound on the piano before. And again, she goes from the guitar to the piano and back and forth. I don't know if to say it's the highlight of the song, but when she started playing very Gary Moore kind of reminiscent solo, I don't know, it just pierced right through me. Beautiful.
Effortlessly making her guitar cry.
Yeah, and this song is, if you look at the lyrics and the song itself, it's all fairly like sort of an on the surface song, but it hits you straight to the heart. It's just gorgeous.
And I love how she appears to be indifferent. I know she's not, but her whole pose, it's magical.
She's like as you've termed it in the past, hyper focused.
Yeah.
But I think she has this kind of aloof quality to her where she makes it look like it is so freaking easy.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing other musicians might hate her for this, you know, not hate her, but be jealous because she's like just a phenom, you know, amazing how good she is. I mean, they're all good, but there's something about her with her versatility and just the level she, you know, she gets to. She's definitely one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, and in the lack of expression, you get an awesome performance because she looks like, oh, it's time for my solo. All right, yeah, you know, it's beautiful, just beautiful.
But Miho also has this kind of aloof quality to her, but there's a slight difference. With Miho, it's almost like a self-confidence, and with Miyako, it's something else. It's more like an introversion type of thing. She's within herself.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's trying to convey anything onto anybody else. I think she's just doing her thing, and just beautiful every time.
Yeah, indeed.
We've talked about this numerous times about we love how they all have these different personalities. It's almost like, you know, each one of them, you know, represents something else, but yet altogether they do represent a common thing anyway. Just love this band. And it's like every time we take a short break from covering them and we go back to them, it's just beautiful.
And Asami's voice in the second section with the roaring of the band behind her really reached levels of pain that we're hiding. In the first section, we said it's balladic and you can hear it in her voice, but she also changed gears. That's why it stayed in that region of balladic vibe, I think, because of her voice.
Yeah. Now, there's one word you used there that we've kind of been dancing around, but we haven't used so far. You know, you talked about vulnerability. She sounded vulnerable, and I said heartfelt, and then I was referring to the blues. But yeah, it's pain. There's pain in this song.
Yeah.
There's also like some kind of positivity and hope in it, but there's definitely pain, and that's the, you know, those parts that really hit home, I think. Gorgeous.
gracefully do those two sounds, those two guitars just dance together.
There was something about that, because in the first half of the song, like it starts off with Midori, but then Miyako takes over. And then it's almost like the band, and I assume in, no small measure, Miyako decided, hang on a second, we need to give Midori, a strong bit here. And then she has this gorgeous section about 3/4 of the way through towards the end, and then her own little solo at the end.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, she Jimi Hendrix that thing at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like two of the best guitarists around, both in the same band. This song has an element of, like, it's almost like it feels like a time capsule. It's like a 70s heavy metal ballad, you know, and like a real kind of throwback sound.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. What a great band.
Yeah, wonderful experience.
The talent is off the charts. I loved also that, Aruna got to jump into it and give it her seasoning.
I love how we keep getting surprised, because the sounds that continue entering our ears, they just move us every time.
I agree. I think that they used to surprise us. And in a lot of the time, it was at certain magic, that they performed with their instruments. And then we've kind of come to expect it. So it wasn't so much surprise. It was just pure joy because the music is so good. But in this one, they surprised us by pulling it back.
Yeah.
And then, they topped it off with their usual awesomeness.
It feels like they're never complacent. They try to invent themselves with each and every song. That's what it feels like. Every song is a massive project to them in their approach. That's why we keep getting surprised.
What did you think about the lyrics in this one?
The lyrics are kind of fairly easy to understand, because the mass of the pain in the song flows in the performance rather than just the lyrics. It's about a person who, I don't know if it feels like that person is singing to him or herself, and it's all about staying true to yourself and realizing that life without risk, without being vulnerable, is not worth living. So every experience you have in life, you have to have that experience. You have to have to be open to experience pain and hardship to be able to contain the beautiful parts in life. I think that's the message. It's a very positive message, although it's conveyed in a very balladic song and performance.
Yeah, it has that aspect of, you have to experience something for something else. Like to fail, you have to fail to succeed. You have to have your heart broken to love, to know true love, or something like that. You kind of have to experience certain things to be able to sympathize or empathize, or just enjoy and appreciate.
Yeah.
And it has this kind of layer of appreciating, yourself, appreciating your individuality, and what you can do, and having that self-belief to do your own thing. That line, again, love the song you sing the song you love. That's just kind of wraps it all up into that, just do your thing.
Yeah. Also got out of it, do not fear failing. Failing is a part of life, and those who don't fail don't live.
Be the best you that you can be, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's as always an uplifting and sort of positive song from, again, I assume Asami wrote the lyrics, and this is sort of within her style and the kind of message that she likes to put across. But the way this song was sort of put together and performed just took the lyrics that are already beautiful anyway and just shot it up to 1,000,000.
It's a slight dissonance between the energy that it's conveyed and the meaning of the message. It hits different. It hits more powerful, I think. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time. I couldn't help but notice that almost everybody has flamboyant outfits, but the lead singer is dressed like he's about to go play bowling. That's funny to me. That's a good point to me.
Overall, they look like, one of those sort of 80s, 90s metal hair bands, kind of like Motley Crue, Poison, those kinds of bands. But their sound, I have to say, I'm getting vibes of Motorhead. Thank you for your support, everyone. Again, we appreciate you more than you know. Without you, there would be no show. So keep coming back. We'll be here. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode. So stick with us. We hope to see you then. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye, guys.